Howdy, howdy. Welcome to Countdown to Christmas number 3. You're watching the Joe Wentz Project TV. My name is Joe, and this is my live vlog for today. And man, I gotta hand it to my wife, man. She's doing awesome, man. She's putting some stuff up here, man. Got some lights, and this is one of those things that shines on the house, right? And she's been doing really good, man. Her and her daughter, and got some lights right here, some candy canes and Frosty right there. It's pretty good, man. And yeah, we don't have a whole lot of stuff, but it works. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can just hear the leaves just crunching. Wow, man! Look at all those leaves right there. Wow, bunch of leaves everywhere. I'm gonna tell you. So we're Mike Morrison says, "Merry Christmas, Joe. How are you doing, Mr. Morrison?" We're just taking a walk to the mailbox real quick before we get ready to head out to work. No mail. So what they say, no news is good news, right? That's usually what they say, I believe. So, man, it feels great out here today. God almighty, it feels so nice. And I'm finishing up a YouTube video that I'm gonna make public later on. It's a song that it's a cover song. You know, it's not one that I wrote. And it's a cover song. It just happened to pop through my head. What was it, over the weekend? I can't remember if I heard it on TV or something. I don't know. I was like, man, I ain't heard that song in a long time. I think it's from the 90s. But I really enjoyed that song. It's a really beautiful song. So I went ahead and found the backing track on karaokeversion.com. It was there, so I went ahead and toyed around with it. I said, man, what is he doing on this song? So, you know, I went on YouTube and put in there and said, hey, how do you play this song? So, of course, there was a guy on there that showed you how to play. I think that video was like 8 years old, you know. So I was like, oh, well, you know, sounded good to me. Big Dan Hall, the accountant, says, Merry Christmas, Joe. Merry Christmas. How are y'all doing on this fine day, man? Beautiful out here. Beautiful. So I thought we would just walk outside for a minute and talk. You know, man, look at this. I can't believe this is just hanging around right here. Look at that little bit of snow and ice. Look at that. How come that's not melted? That's weird. That's weird, man. Like, that's kind of strange. But waiting for this video to upload in the house, and it shouldn't be much longer. I got everything filled out on it, so all I gotta do is save it. I'm not going to publish it just right yet. I probably will later on today. That's the good thing about YouTube, man. If you put a video on your laptop, you can make it like unlisted or private. And if you want to, you know, make it public viewing for people, you can do that at a later date. You can do it later that day or the next day. As long as you keep it unlisted or private, nobody will see it until you want to do that. And so I can get it ready here, and then I can be out on the road tonight and just take my phone and go to YouTube and you know, make it public, you know. So it's pretty cool. Center O says, ho, 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 green job. Oh, no, that's... What's going on, Center? How are you doing, man? Yeah, so I'm going to make it public later on today. Just, you know, you don't want to put video out after video and you know, and bum rush people with a lot of content at one time. That's overkill. That freaking this thing right here started blowing, and the cat was sitting on the ledge. This thing right here, the wind started making it blow. The cat was sitting right there. That cat took off, boy. The cat was gone. That cat said, whew. Oh man, I couldn't help it. That was funny, man. I couldn't help but laugh at that. But oh man. So yeah. Let's see, what is today? Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. Everything went good last night. You know, my wife left. She's still having some bad she said she couldn't sleep last night, and she said that her legs are hurting real bad. I think it's something to do with her nerves. She called her doctor, because I told her yesterday, I said, look, you need to call somebody. And so she's going to go see him now. So, man, I'm telling you, she's having a time with that stuff. Well, so hopefully it'll get straightened out soon, because there's nothing worse than being in pain all the time. You can't, you know, that's just hard, man. Anyway, so let me walk inside. That video should be about done, I believe, on YouTube. Let me walk inside here. See if it's about done. If it is, we'll get ready to go. And just leave that open for a second there. And you see my wife has got presents wrapped. Look at there, man. Presents wrapped right there at the tree. Now it's not lit up, of course, but she even got Rudolph decorated up there. Everything's ready to go. So yeah. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the one time where I stay broke all the time, you know? I mean, golly, boy. Christmas is a great thing. It's a great time, but it can be very hard on the financial aspect of things. And yeah, it looks like this video is ready. Let me go ahead and make it unlisted here. So I'm doing two things at once here. Let's see. Okay. And we're going to hit done. All right, man. That's done. And we got to shut the computer down. Man, I tell you what I did accidentally. Of course, here's my Boss Katana right here, right? And I think, what was it, a couple of nights ago, I was using it, and I forgot to shut it off. Can you believe I left that thing on? It was on for like over 24 hours, man. And I didn't catch it till, of course, the next day I looked, and I said, oh, God. And I cut it off, but it was fine, man. So I guess that was a test. A quality control test, maybe. To see if it would work. And, yeah, so it passed that test. Made me kind of nervous, man. I was like, oh, God. So now I got to get my little lunchbox to get. Oh, I got to get my USB thing here. So I can put that with my phone. There you go. So you connect it to that. That way you can use it on your phone, right? Let's see if we can set y'all here for a second. Man. Got to free up some hands here, man. I can do this stuff, right? Get my, put some drinks in my lunchbox. Get ready to get out of here. Go get something to eat, a bite to eat on the way to work. And yeah, I like to try to stay on schedule if I can. Because it makes a difference when you get off work, you know, at a decent time. I don't want to get off too late, you know. That's kind of aggravating. Switch out my ice packs, right? Keep my drinks cold. What I do is I take this one out of the freezer. There we go. Put this one in so it'll freeze overnight, and I can just do the same thing for the next day, right? Ah, pretty cool idea. Got to give credit to my wife on that one. I'm not that bright, so she came up with that idea, which I thought was cool. Now I think this refrigerator is keeping these drinks pretty cold. It's frozen. It'll be all right. It'll be thawed out, man. By the time later on tonight, it'll be thawed out, and boy, it'll be good to drink then. It'll be like a Sprite icy, you know, slushy or icy, whatever you want to call it. It'll be good. It'll be good to go. Let me get some chips in here. Let's see. What kind of chips, y'all? We got some, let's Kind of crazy stuff here. All right, now see, this is what I'm talking about. Now I got some crackers, right? Got these kind of crackers right here. Just something very simple, right? Going down the road tonight, you know. I'm not eating all those. That's just showing you. And then I like getting these bags of chips, or this one huge bag. And it's got all the different options, right? Got all different kind of chips. So there you go. Ben Combs, how are you doing, man? So there you go. You know, we got different stuff to choose from. So I think that's what we'll do. These things are real little. You got to understand, I'm gonna be out there for, you know, probably, you know, 13 hours, man. You know, it's gonna be a long night. So I got to have a couple of things to munch on, right? So that's what we're doing. Getting everything ready here. Getting ready to go on the road. He says you're doing good. That's good, man. I'm glad you're doing well. That's awesome. Okay, we'll put this back. So, I think we're set. I think we're ready to ride. Lunchbox, check. Let me cut this light off. Don't want to leave none of that stuff on. I got my phone with me. Sitting there looking for my phone. I'm like, wait a minute, I got it with me. Duh. And let me cut this light off. Grab a couple of pins real quick. I'm trying to keep talking because I don't want their TV's going, and I don't want to be able to YouTube to pick that up and say, hey, you know, that's copyright. You know, I don't want to get in no trouble, so let's keep on walking out through here and get away from the TV. There we go. That's better. I didn't feel like grabbing the remote and doing all that, you know. It's just, there wasn't no sense in doing all that right now, right? Let's see. Ben says it's a slow day at work, sitting in the office between customers. Ah, well. May I ask what you do, sir? For a living? Slow day at the office in between customers. What is that? Are you in, I guess, retail? I guess. I would think. Maybe. I don't know. Just curious. Alright, guys. Get ready to get on out of here. Let's see. 3 o'clock, just on time. Mr. Ben Combs says, I run a vape shop during the day and gig at night. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Man, I wish I could gig there. Let's make sure that sucker's locked. Yeah, that's good. I wish I could do that, but I work at night, so, well, it's like a late second shift, really. But, you know, I like the schedule. I mean, you know, it's better than going in at, you know, 2 in the morning. You know, so I'd rather go in the afternoon and just work through the night, and then, you know, when you get home, everything's nice and quiet. There's not nothing going on. You can, you know, it's still dark when I get here, so I can still go to sleep without a problem, you know. But I have had to come home and go to sleep during the daytime and all that. Don't get me wrong. It's been all kind of stuff like that. But, you know. Alright, see if we can get running here. Let me set y'all right here for one moment. Golly, that sun, boy. Woo! The sun's hitting just right. I don't know how we're going to do when we leave here and go down this road, y'all. So, you know the drill. If you watch this channel, you might pretty much should be used to the spots. But I always like to give you a heads up and say, hey, we're going down this road. It might get kind of shady, you know. Who knows? But yeah. Oh, and my wife, man, she was, her birthday is March the 9th. It's a little ways off, you know, really not that far. You know, the way the time goes by now. But I was in the music room there, and I was getting ready to start on the song that I recorded today. She said, how would you like to go to Harrah's March the 10th? I said, that's the day after your birthday. She goes, yeah, but Bret Michaels is going to be there, and Firehouse is opening up for him. I said, huh? I said, can you get, you know that thing's about sold out already? She got a email from, Harrah's, and I said, is that Ticketmaster? She said, no, because that's weird, because usually it's always Ticketmaster, She goes, it's not Ticketmaster, it's somebody else, and you have to print out your tickets. And we've had more trouble with this printer. But she says, I don't know, and she tried to pick the best seat she could. We didn't want nothing on the floor. Standing room only is what they call it. I was like, man, I ain't gonna stand up for that whole show. Because when we went and saw Greg Allman there almost 3 years ago, where the standing room part was, they had chairs there. And so I was like, how come they don't have chairs there now? This is at 1987, I mean, everybody that liked them then is my age, I don't want to stand the whole time. But anyway, all that stuff is about sold out, man. And so she got some seats up in the balcony and stuff. And I said, yeah, that theater there at Harrah's, Cherokee, North Carolina, it's not real big, but it's not too small. I mean, it's actually a wonderful amphitheater. It's the perfect size for bands and stuff like that. I would love to play there. And if I had the opportunity, I would love to play at a place like that. It is nice, man. So I don't know if she got tickets or not. She said she was going to. I think there was I think tickets were $40 a piece, so it was like 80 bucks, and you got to look in for your convenience fee and stuff like that. So it looks like we might be going to Harrah's in March, my wife's birthday, and see Bret Michaels, and Firehouse is opening up for him. I asked my wife, I said, do you know who Firehouse is? Of course she didn't know. I said, you know where they originated from? She said, no. I said, my hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where Firehouse came from, man. Charlotte. They kind of came in on the tail end of that music scene. You know what I mean? They came in right toward the end, and then not long after that, everything changed. The whole music scene changed. Grunge came on the scene and all that stuff. But they caught the tail end of it. They had some good songs, man. I had a couple of their albums, so hopefully she got the tickets. I don't know. She asked me, she said, you got $80? I was like, no, I ain't got $80. I said, why you gonna come in here and ask me if I want to go to a show? Both of us go to a show, and you gonna ask me if I got I ain't got $80. I was like, we stay broke, man. That's our middle name, B-R-O-K-E, broke. Because she can't work because of her injuries, or her condition, and I'm the only one that can work, and that only goes so far, man, with bills and groceries and insurance, and now Christmas. Christmas is like a joke. It's like, okay, everybody's getting a $20 gift card. Merry Christmas. That's the best I can do. Some people get upset at that, man. This is all I got. You better be glad you got that, man. I don't see nobody else working the hours I do. Well, there's one other guy. He works out of town. He's a good dude. He works out of town all the time, so he knows what it's like to have to sacrifice like that. And nah, everybody's cool, man. It's just, I don't have it, But anyway, enough about the financial stuff. Now, see, right around in here is where it dropped yesterday. And every time I start talking, my nose wants to itch. I don't know what that is. Oh, man, my son's trying to call me. I can't answer my phone now. I can't take a call while I'm on the air. It won't work. So, oh, Lordy. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so, but yeah, getting ready for Christmas here. Ready to get that out of the way. Don't get me wrong. This is countdown to Christmas, and I love Christmas. I really do. It's just, it seems like the older you get, it seems like more of a hassle in some aspects. Not all, but some, you know. And it's like, my goodness gracious. So, but we'll make the best of it, man. We'll make the best of it. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. We'll make it. So I'd like to thank y'all for joining, for watching. If you watch this on the replay, thank you very much for watching this on the replay, for taking the time to watch. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Even if you watch on the replay, please click that thumbs up button, please. That supports the channel. It don't cost you a dime. That's the one way you can support this channel, and you don't have to spend any money, you know. It works more than you may realize, you know. So thank you very much. Sean Zimmerman, he says, "Hey Joe, how are you doing, Mr. Zimmerman? Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful day." What is the temperature? It is 49 degrees. I thought it was a... Now see there, it's right at 50, and that little bit of snow and ice is still in the yard. I showed that earlier. That little thing, I was like, why is that not melted? You know, it's weird. And 3:07 at 49 degrees on this Tuesday. You're watching Countdown to Christmas, vlog number 3. Number 3. Center O is in the house. Center, how much longer do you have Tone King on your show? Is that still in the works, or is that confirmed? Go ahead and throw it out there in the chat, man. Do a little promotion, man, and don't bother me at all, man. Don't bother me at all. Let's see here. Mr. Ben Combs says, "Joe, I just tagged you for Telly Tuesday on Instagram." Oh, thank you, man. Thank you very much. I love Telecasters. I was going to play the Telly today when I did that cover song. I don't want to give out no spoilers, because then you'll know what it is. And I was like, I want to play my Telly, and I said, no, I'm gonna play my Hendrix Strat, you know. So that's what I did, and I will tell you that much. Sean Zimmerman, thanks, Joe. Hope you're doing well as well. That's a tongue twister, ain't it, Sean? Hope you're doing well as well. Yes, sir, I'm doing okay, man. I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm heading to work so I can go make $1. So everything is good, man. Life is good. We're alive and breathing. It's a beautiful day. We're able to get up and move around, play music, and chat right here with each other. So yes, it is a good day, man. It could be so much worse, you know. Could be so much worse. Center O from Our Metal State says, we are working on a date, but he is confirmed to be coming on. That's awesome, man. That's fantastic. Man, the sun is hitting just right. I'm trying to read these. I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for guitar, but it looks like so much work, Mr. Mike Morrison says. Nah, man, it's not bad, Mr. Morrison. I mean, if you got a smartphone, right? You got a YouTube app. You can record on your smartphone a video or whatever, and you don't have to have nothing. Look, man, when I first started, not that I'm nobody, man, but I'm telling you, when I first started, I just had my smartphone and a guitar amplifier over to the side, and I played, and that's what I did. If you go back on this channel at the very beginning and just look at that stuff, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you just have to take baby steps. So if it feels like work to you instead of fun, then you might want to reevaluate, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to do it, man, and you love guitar, which I know you do, give it a shot, man. You know, you can make a couple of test videos on your smartphone, you know. Just set your phone up, make some test videos, play guitar. You don't have to put it on YouTube right away. Just go back and watch your own videos. That's how you educate yourself. I did that a lot, and it helps. People might think that's weird. It's not weird. You go back and look at your stuff. I do that all the time. It helps educate on how to make videos on, maybe you did something wrong that you didn't think about subconsciously while you were making the video, right? So if you record yourself, and just, like I said, do a test run. Just sit there and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Have your guitar, your amp, play, talk about whatever, and then If it's just for 5 minutes, and then hit stop on your video camera on your phone and go back and watch it. Put your earbuds in and watch it or whatever, and you can look and say, oh, I didn't do this, I forgot to do this. Okay, that right there is pretty cool. You can make mental notes. I'm telling you, man, it helps. It really does. It really does. If you ever need any help, Mr. Morrison, or any questions, man, feel free to ask. I'll be more than glad to try to help you the best I can. You know, I really would. Mr. Zimmerman says, what I thought when I wrote it. Yeah, as well. Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's funny sometimes how certain things come across, and you know, like, well, I wasn't planning on it to sound like that, but sometimes it does, right? But yeah, it's I love doing guitar on this channel. That's mainly why I started this channel. You know, I started this channel a long time ago, but I didn't start putting content on it until, what, about a year or two ago. Maybe some little things here and there that didn't amount to anything. But we're in that area now where I've been doing this stuff pretty solid for a year. And I enjoy doing it. Do I make anything from it? No. That's not why I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube because I love making videos. I love doing this right here. To me, it's fun, you know. It's just something fun to do. You know, I don't have to, you know, you have to go with the right mentality if you want to do something on YouTube. You got to, first of all, you got to think about this. There's a lot of people out there that are way ahead of you in the game that are making money, but you got to think about the sacrifices they made. And they're doing YouTube full time. They have the time and energy to dedicate all that effort into YouTube. So I don't have that kind of time. You know, that's why I do it. YouTube for me is a hobby. That's all it is. It's just a hobby, you know. But I've been able to meet some great people through this, you know, made some great friends, and because of YouTube. So, you know, the internet is full of bad things, but it can be full of some good things too. You just have to know how to weed that stuff out, in my opinion. You know, Mr. Ben Combs says, great info, Joe. Want to start a channel myself. Let's get some thumbs ups going. Thank you, Mr. Combs. Yeah, it's when I wanted to do it, I mean, I was nervous. You know, I was like, man, I don't know about being in front of a camera and all that. But you just gotta have the right, like I said, the right mentality. You can't let that bother you. Just say, hey man, just be yourself. That's all you gotta do. That's the whole secret. A lot of people don't get that. Just be yourself. Don't try to put up a front. Don't try to put up something like you know something and you really don't. Like a certain subject matter and you know this and that. Don't do that, man, because all it's going to do is people are going to see that you're fake, and all that's going to do is hurt yourself. Smoke and mirrors, man. Just be yourself. Be yourself. Don't take stuff so serious. Just be cool, man, you know. Mike Morrison says, thanks a lot, Joe. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. Ain't no problem, man. I mean, when I first started, I had some help from stuff, you know, people too, man, and it, you know, I didn't know what to do. You know, I was like, hell, do I just record straight from my phone? Or I didn't know what to do. Uh-oh, we're gonna barely make this light. Woo-wee. This guy in front of me's got a trailer. He's got a lot of landscaping stuff on the back, and he was taking him a while to get through the light. Sean Zimmerman says, guitar is what brought us all together. Come together right now. Over me. Do y'all like that song? I love that song. I like Aerosmith's version of that as well. Yes, Mr. Zimmerman, you're correct. You know, we all have something in common already. Even though we've never met in person, we all have something in common already. We love music. We love to play guitar, bass, whatever, you know. Mike Moore said he'll be right back. Gene Simmons. No, I'm just kidding. Gene, how are you, sir? He says, Joe, Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas, Mr. Gene. I hope you're doing well, sir. And Gene, can you do me a favor and give me one of those vaults with all the Kiss music? Can you go ahead and hook me up, man? I don't have the money, but Can you hook me up? Ben Combs, I'm kidding, Gene. Ben Combs says, I cover that song. Oh, do you really? In your band? Come together. Yeah, I love that song. I love that song. I mean, when I first heard that song a long time ago, and you hear that bass, boom, 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 boom. I was like, what is he doing on that part? All he's doing is sliding up. You know, sliding up, hitting the note. And I thought he was doing some kind of fancy finger work. Over Me, Sean Zimmerman says, yeah, come together. Yeah, I love that song. Gene says, I'll work on it for you. Thank you, Gene. I appreciate it, man. See, man, that's what I like. You know, people got a sense of humor, and they know how to take a joke. That's awesome. There's too many people out there that are too serious, man. Life is too short. Relax. Let your hair down. You know, we all got stuff we're dealing with from day to day, but it's nice to let your hair down, have some laughs, talk about whatever, because I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. These little live streams here, I know they're not nothing fancy, but they're about y'all, man. Y'all got something y'all want to talk about? Throw it in the chat box for discussion. It doesn't bother me. I don't care what the subject matter is, as long as it's nothing dirty. You know, I can't do that. You know, I can't get in trouble. Let's see. Ben Combs makes a statement. Can you recommend any guitar or pawn shops in the Concord, North Carolina area? Mr. Combs, I can. I don't live in that area, my friend. I know where it's at. It's a pretty good ways from here. I'm in South Carolina. But I do not know of anything, sir. I can tell you this. I don't know if it's what you want to do, but I don't know if you've heard me talk about American Musical Supply. Because, see, we got Guitar Center here. But, you know, it'd probably take me about 30 minutes to get to Guitar Center from here, you know, depending on the traffic. And, you know, sometimes I'll go there if I'm getting strings or just to go hang out with my son. But if I'm going to make a purchase like a guitar or something, I get mine online at AmericanMusical.com. Once again, that's AmericanMusical.com. All the gear is new. You can make payments. Once you make your first payment, it comes right to your house, man, within 2 or 3 days. There's no credit. Well, there is. If let's say you want to buy a guitar, like let's say the Hendrix model, and it's like what, $800 or whatever. They'll break that up into 8 payments or 12 payments. Anything over 3 payments, they check your credit. Well, I'm gonna tell you, if I can get approved, I think anybody can. Especially at this time of year, they want business, you know. But I've been doing business with them for so long, and that's where I get my stuff. They have great return policies. There's no interest, nothing. So they're going to give all the pawn shops and guitar places a run for their money. That's where I get all my stuff, all my gear, man. Guitars, amps, that Boss Katana my wife got me, that's where it came from. All that stuff, man. Sean Zimmerman says, yes, sir. Last year of my life changed so fast. Just slow down and enjoy life. Too short to stress over everything. You got that right, my friend. Mr. Ben Combs, I wonder if they ship to Canada? Yes, they do. Yes, sir, they do. Yes, sir, they absolutely do. AmericanMusical.com, it don't cost you nothing to check it out. And I'm not endorsed by them or nothing. I'm not endorsed by anybody. You see me, I'm wearing a blue collar, right? I'm not endorsed by anybody, but that I've just been doing business with them for so long, I've never had a problem, you know. Like I said, you know, if you don't like something, you know, save your boxes or whatever, send it back. You don't have there's no problem, man. I'm telling you, man. I can't say enough good things about that place. I mean, everybody has, there's going to be times where something might not be right or something might get screwed up. That's just normal. Has it happened to me? Yes, it's happened one time. But out of 20 years of me doing business with them, and that happened just once, that's a pretty good track record, if you ask me. That's pretty darn good, you know. So, yeah, and when I'm wanting to get, well, I really ain't, I shouldn't even be saying this, but what I'd really like to have, I said this before, is that foot controller for the Katana. The foot, you know. We got a school bus up here letting kids off. Let's stop here. I'd like to get that. That'd really come in handy for me, but I don't have to have it right now. I just like to have it. Mr. Ben Combs says, I'll check them out. Talking about American Musicals. Yeah, it's American Musical Supply, but if you get on the internet, it's americanmusical.com is what it is. And it goes to school bus, see it? And yeah, man, a lot of people like Sweetwater, but see, Sweetwater, they only offer you 3 payments if you want to do, hang on, very bad connection. If you want to get something from Sweetwater and you want to break it up into payments, I think now, I don't deal with Sweetwater really, so especially what happened last Thursday. So if you want to know what happened with me and Sweetwater last Thursday, go back on this channel and look for the video that says customer service, and it's got a picture of my Katana head and Sweetwater. You want to know what I'm talking about? Go back and check out that video. You'll find everything out right there. And but the times that I have looked on Sweetwater, they only allow you to make 3 payments on something, right? AMS, you can do 3 payments, 8 payments, or a year. They give you more options. There's no interest. Sweetwater, if you break up the payments, they charge you a little bit more per payment for like a convenience fee. AMS does that only once. When you first buy the item and you break it up into payments, they do that once. Sweetwater does it every time the payment comes out. So they're getting, see what I'm saying? I'm trying to weigh out the pros and cons for you here. You know, I've done good with them. And Musician's Friend, Mr. Zimmerman says, and Guitar Center, really, but I got, oh man, but I got, all the pillows were the same price. And I got, oh, okay, I got you, Mr. Zimmerman, okay, that's awesome. Ben Combs says, I was about to view that video, but saw you were live and came on here instead. Thank you, Mr. Combs. Well, there you go. You can go check that out if you like when this is done, and you'll see what I'm talking about. What happened there? It's a pretty weird situation. You have to go back and check it out. Once again, that was last Thursday, and it's called Customer Service. That's what I titled it, and it's about the Boss Katana head and Sweetwater. What I dealt with them on the phone. I talk all about it in that video. Sean Zimmerman says, wasn't a scratch and dent, so I was like, get it. Then later that night was back to regular price. Oh wow, man. How about that? My wife, I saw you. Oh, you passed? Oh, okay. My wife just passed me. I guess she's watching. Wait a minute, you're watching this live stream while you're driving, dear? And you saw me and you commented in the chat? Wait a minute now. That's wild right there. That's crazy. Wow. Yes, she says, oh, Lordy mercy. Well, be careful, dear. Just, you know, just take the, everybody's laughing. Take the video off and just leave the audio on, you know. You don't need to be watching it, man. Oh my God. Oh, man. Oh boy, yeah. Everybody's laughing. Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, that's all you gotta do, man, is just check out AMS. I mean, there's plenty of places, but I do AMS, AmericanMusical.com, because I can get stuff on payments. You know, that's the only way I can afford to get anything. I can't throw down no big hunk of money, you know, right off the bat. I just don't have it. So it works for me. You know, everybody's got their way, you know, it's cool. It's all good, man. Oh, God almighty. I'm thinking, I'm not 100% sure. I'm thinking I might have to put a new input jack on my Hendrix model. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's the cable or I think it's the jack. I think the jack is acting up. It's just sometimes you'll get some zzz, zzz going on, and I'm like, why is it? It shouldn't even be doing this. I need to investigate it more and see. You know, I did it today. It did fine, but I've noticed when I was live one time, it was starting to act up and making. And that's, you know, you're like, uh-oh. Have y'all seen that? And I'm not making fun of anything. Have y'all seen that episode of My Favorite Riff with Nikki Sixx and Zakk Wylde? And Zakk Wylde's on there, and he's playing one of his Wild model guitars. Beautiful guitar. But I bet his input jack probably was going. I think that happened about maybe 10 to 12 times while he was doing that. He'd sit there and talk for a minute, and you hear it zzz. He'd lean down and hit the guitar cable, and then it did it again. I said, damn, man, you need to replace that jack. You know, I was like, that's not good. That's not good for, you know, doing that right there with Nikki Sixx, and that's just like, uh-oh. I don't know. Because he kept reaching down and touching his guitar cable. I was like, uh-oh, his jack, he's got there must be something bad in that jack. Let's see. Make sure the two wires aren't wrapped around the jack. I've seen that happen. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it. Yeah, I don't know why it acts like it's wanting to ground out or something, you know? It's like, zzz, zzz. Especially if I lean over or something and I'm like, you know, touching a pedal or doing something, it does that. When I sit back up, it don't do it. I'm like, man, that interference, it shouldn't be happening, man. Not on that guitar. That guitar was a lot of money. But, you know, things like that do happen. Let's see. I saw that video with Zakk Wylde. Ben Combs says, yeah, it was awesome. I'm not, like I said, I love Zakk Wylde, man. I mean, he's one of my favorite guitar players of all time. I just was noticing he was having trouble with the input jack on a guitar, and I was like, uh-oh. You know, I was like, oh, that's not good exposure for that guitar, Mr. Wylde. My wife says I was flashing my lights at you, but you didn't see me. No, I didn't, dear. I'm sorry. I did not. I did not. I did not. My bad. Sorry. I apologize. If I'd have known, I would have been on the lookout for you, but I didn't know. I had no clue. I didn't. What'd you do? Get over. You had to come way across town to the doctor. What'd you do? Take a plane over here or something? That was quick, man. That was fast. They still got some Christmas trees over here. If you haven't got your Christmas tree yet, now's the time to get started. We only got, what, a couple of weeks? If that, what, probably less than that. What's today, the 12th? So we got, what, 12? Okay, yeah, we got, what, 13 days? Oh, man, golly. Christmas will be here. My goodness. I can't hardly fathom that. Christmas is about here in 12, 13 days. It doesn't seem that way to me. It just doesn't seem like, what? It seems like just last month we were putting that swimming pool up in our yard, you know. Me and my wife had to move it 3 or 4 different times to finally find the right spot. And then when we finally found it, you know, it was like the next week, it was fall, and it started getting kind of cool, and I was like, well, you don't want to get no pool when it's, you know, 60 degrees. You know, so so we took it down. I hope we can put it back up when spring gets here. I hope it's not messed up from the cats messing with it or the weather. We got it put up against the building out there. We took it apart. But we'll see. You know, it shouldn't be no big deal. It should be all right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dear. What, now that you're on here, y'all gonna see me ask my wife this live right here on YouTube. What do you want for Christmas? I have no idea what you want. I need to kind of get some ideas, because you need to tell me what you want for Christmas, because I have no clue. I have no clue what you want. So I'm gonna have to You're gonna have to work with me in the next week or so. I gotta have some money so I can buy your Christmas. Sinner says she wants a guitar. Harris gift card, Ben Combs says. Oh man, I don't even know if Harris has gift cards. I don't even know if they do that, man. Wow. Sinner says she wants a guitar. Oh Lord, I can tell you right up front, no. No, I don't see that happening, man. We'll see if she responds here in a little bit. I know it takes time to type stuff out. Oh Lordy mercy, it is 50 degrees and it's 3:32 on this Tuesday Countdown to Christmas live drive. If you're just joining or you're watching on the replay, my name is Joe. This is the Joe Wentz Project TV. This is my channel. I love doing these live vlogs. I love guitar. I love making music. I love doing cover songs and chatting with friends. Dry Heat says my wife wants the Monterey track for Christmas. Uh-oh, Sinner's got it now. I bet she wants Charlie from Sons of Anarchy. Oh, I know she'd take that. Oh my God, it would be over with. I'd be out. I'd be out, man. I can't compete with that. Mr. Ben Combs makes another statement. He says, I love the video from the day you got your Wolfgang. Don't need a repeat of that. Which one, Mr. Combs? The was it the vintage white one or the all natural? When I did the video of the all natural, that's, I think, the thumbnail. I'm holding both Wolfgangs up side by side, and then the very first Wolfgang, that was the vintage white one, and that was the first unboxing video ever done. And I know it's kind of hard to hear me. Once again, I was just learning. You know, I was learning, man. I was, you know, but it was fun, you know. I never done nothing like that, and I wanted to try it, you know. I don't do a whole lot of unboxing stuff, but I'm ready to get that thing out of the package and start playing it, you know. But every once in a while I'll do one, you know. But it's fun to do, you know. It's fun to do. Uh-oh. There you go, Sinner. My wife said, Sinner, you got it. I'll take Jax from Sons of Anarchy any day of the week. Yeah, there we go. Hey, wait a minute. All right, now, if a woman can do that, talk about how they lust over a dude off TV, can't we do that? Fair is fair, right? Fair is fair, right? And my wife says, sorry, honey. Yeah, I know, I know. That's all good. It's all good. Oh, she says, hell no. Okay, well, I'm not allowed to. Okay. Mr. Ben Combs says, just remember when you're on Johnny's show, walking in your yard as Cheryl looked you. Oh yeah, locked me out. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was wild. That was crazy. That was live too, man. That was crazy. It's funny. I have never watched that show yet. Oh. Yeah, you have to check that out. Sinner says, who says life is fair? My wife says, with all that laughing in your sleep, I sometimes want... Yeah, she told me that the other day. She goes, what were you dreaming about? I said, hell, I don't know. And she said, you were laughing in your dream. I was like, I was? I don't remember that. I guess that's a good thing. It's a good thing to laugh. Better than to cry. You ever cried in a dream and woke up and had tears coming? I've done that. Woke up and I was like, what the hell am I crying about? You know, and just crazy. Ron Henry goes, hello from New Jersey. How you doing, Mr. Henry? Thank you for joining, sir. Thank you for the thumbs ups, folks. That's the great way to support this channel. It doesn't cost you a dime. Spread some Christmas cheer. Hit that thumbs up icon, please, and support this channel. I really would appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. And we're getting ready to go at this intersection here. Yeah, welcome, Ron, from New Jersey. Wow, I've been wondering how the weather is up there in Jersey today. I bet it's a little chilly. Down here in South Carolina, it's 50 degrees, Mr. Ron. And we are heading to work. And We're going to stop and get a sandwich real quick. Have something to eat on the way to work. And I tell you what I've been listening to. Usually when I end these live feeds and I get my food and I have about another 15-20 minutes to get to work, I've been listening to this audiobook I got from Audible. Hey, Mr. McAllister, how are you, sir? How are you doing, my friend? And it's called Elvis and Ginger is what it's about. And that was the last girlfriend Elvis had when he passed away at Graceland. And it's her book, and she's narrating it. So it's pretty interesting, man. Let's see. Mr. Ben Combs says it's 21 degrees where he's at right now. Oh my goodness. 21. Can you disclose your location? Not your exact location, but what state you're in, Mr. Combs? Yeah, Senator said that as well. He goes, where are you at, man? Yeah. I'm guessing that's probably close to what it is where Center's located. I believe Center's in Michigan. And so it might be the same. Oh, well, there you go, Center. He says he's, Mr. Combs says he's 100 miles east of Toronto. Okay. Okay. Wow. There you go. Uh-oh, we got some blue lights up here. I don't know what's going on. Right there. Looks like a wreck or something. I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. My goodness. Yeah, it's nice right now for us. 50 degrees, I'll take it, man. Between 50 and 60, that to me, that's perfect. That is perfect weather. And if it stayed like this all the way up until spring, I'd be grateful. Mr. Dry Heat, he says in Arizona it's 70 right now. 70 degrees in Arizona. Wow, that's warm. That's warm for December, for Christmas time. Mr. Ben Combs says 6 months until my annual trip to North Carolina for 2 weeks. Oh, so you do that every year? Go to North Carolina? Wow, okay. Oh, so that's why he's asking about the music stores in Concord, North Carolina. Okay. I haven't been to Concord in a long time. Excuse me. I used to deliver to some stores there years ago, and I had a guy I used to work with when I worked for the city of Charlotte. He lived in Concord. Man, I was just a kid. I was in my early 20s. Mr. Gene says it's about 40 here in mid-Missouri. Wow. 10 degrees lower than us, Mr. Gene. So we're kind of close, in the same ballpark, kind of, sort of. Dry Heat 480 says, but it's a dry heat, laugh out loud. That's right. That's right, man. Wow. That's awesome. Man, look at this traffic out here. It's pretty busy for, what is it, about 3:45 or something like that? My goodness. Yeah. Like I said, it could stay like this for the rest of the year up until spring. I'd be fine with that. That would not hurt my feelings whatsoever. That would be great. Now, these people over here in this far right lane, that lane's going to run out here pretty soon. I don't think they're paying attention to that just yet, but it's about to run out here in just a second. This lane over here. We'll see what's going to happen. Mr. Bishop says it's 26 in Indianapolis. Woo! It's cold, baby. It's cold, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can deal with the cold. I don't want to, but I just don't want no ice. Oh Lord, my wife just wrote a book. My gosh. Check this out. She said our insurance company is limiting limiting pain medication to every 54 days instead of 30 days. What the hell is going on? I'll be calling them. We pay our premiums. Oh my goodness. I just had major back surgery and I need, yeah, she needs her medication, man. I mean, good gracious alive. Yeah, need to get on the phone with them, dear, and find out what's going on. We're not no pill heads. We don't, you know, we don't distribute anything. My wife has them because she had surgery and she needs her meds to make it through the day. I can tell you that up front. I've been there with her through every surgery and everything, and I've had a surgery myself, and that stuff hurts, man. But you got people out here that take advantage of the system and ruin it for people like my wife who have a legit fucking issue, you know, pardon my French, with the situation here. So that stuff just aggravates me, man. Good Lord. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say that I heard there's somebody at work that told me that there is a driver, one of our drivers now, he can get you any kind of pills you want. I was like, what? He said, yeah, man, he can get you anything you want. I was like, that's illegal, man. You can't do that. So, you know, stuff like that, I just keep that on the down low, because I ain't getting involved in nothing like that. That's crazy. That's a good way to get fired and go to damn prison. You know, I mean, you can't do that, man. People, see what I'm saying? People want to cheat the system and benefit from it in all other kind of different ways than what it's supposed to be used for. That's what's wrong. You know? So instead of $13, it's $36 because they put it on a discount card, or it would have been over $200. My wife says, yeah, people like that guy you just talking about is what's doing this, why we're having this problem. My goodness gracious alive, man. $200. See, man, and I pay insurance every week. We shouldn't be having to pay crazy money for our meds. That's what insurance is for. Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. South Carolina needs to make marijuana legal. That's what they need to do. I've never been a big person who partaked in that plant. That's all it is a plant, you know. But I'm gonna tell you what, that stuff helps people more than people may realize. They need to make it legal, man, and just get over themselves. That stuff helps people. I think it would help my wife tremendously with her pain. But you know, I don't know, man. South Carolina is bass backwards, if you follow what I'm saying, on everything. It's just, you know, I know a guy, they had to cut off his pain meds because he was selling some of them. He will never get them again. Mr. Michael Bishop says, yep, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. You get caught doing that, you're done. Dave Liner Wright says that was a yellow light. Oh, it was? What's up, Mr. Dave? Mr. Ben Combs makes a statement in here in the live chat here. He goes, you're correct, Joe. It works for my arthritis. See there? Ain't nothing wrong with that herbal substance. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Center said that's what my doctor put me on instead of pills. See, there you go. You know, my wife, Cheryl Wentz, makes a statement. It's getting bad. Jennifer at Dr. Gill's office, that's Dr. Gill's assistant, said the insurance companies are calling them to verify it now. Golly. Mr. Morrison is checking out. He goes, I got to go, Joe. Great live stream. Take it easy. Rock and roll. Mr. Morrison, thank you very much for joining, man. I hope you have a great rest of the day, buddy. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah. Come on, man. I mean, do you know why the government outlaws that stuff, man? It's very simple. Because they don't get a cut of the money. But, you know, when they legalize it, in some states it's legal, they get a cut of the money, and they're fine with it, you know? They need to legalize it here. I mean, you know, it's just, I don't know why it's not. Too many, I don't know, just too many people that against it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. It's legal here nationwide. July 1st next year, Ben Combs says. Really? See? That's... I mean, think about it, man. You can't overdose on it. All it's going to do is make you feel better and subside the pain. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, you know? Yeah, you might be a little hungry, or you might be a little swimmy-headed. In the words of Led Zeppelin, dazed and confused for a little bit, but in all, man, it helps. I've seen footage, I'm sure y'all have seen this too, on Facebook, where this poor guy, man, he had, I don't know, he had something like cerebral palsy or something. He had something real bad, or Parkinson's or something, and man, he had some, you know, some cannabis, and it straightened him out, man. He quit shaking and stuff. He was able to actually be normal for about an hour or a few hours. And I was like, now see there, that helped that person. And they want to, you know, what is that, a cop sitting here on the right? Look right here on the right. Yep. That's a popo sitting right here. Sure is. Damn. And so it's you know, it helped that person, man. Mr. David Allen Wright says, same as moonshine. That's why it was and still illegal. Yep, you're right, Mr. David Allen Wright. They actually sell some moonshine here in South Carolina, but it's not, you know what I mean? It's the quantity you get is very, very little. So they actually sell it here, but, you know, how authentic it is, I don't know. I've never been a fan of moonshine. Dry Heat says, I'm buying stock in Doritos. Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Why not, you know? Shoot fire, man. Light them up. Wham, bam, Amsterdam. I love that song. Ben Combs makes a statement. The legal moonshine isn't half as good as the mountain made stuff. Yep, I agree 100%, Mr. Combs. That's why I say I think the stuff they sell here is so, what's the word I'm looking for? Watered down. You know what I mean? I think we're going to do Hardee's today, guys. I'm Arby'd out. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious, bumpy. Let's see what special they got going on. Try our bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, $1.69 each. Huh, well. Let's roll the window down. What do I want, man? I'm hungry, I know that. Lord of mercy. Now let me get a, let's see here. Let me get the number 3. That'll be the mushroom and Swiss. Make it a medium. And I want onion rings instead of fries, please. And Sprite the drink. And let me get a hot dog with chili and mustard and ketchup.
Do you want onions on it?
No.
Anything else?
That's all, please.
Red and onion stick on the window.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Magic mushrooms. Yeah, I gotta set y'all here for a second, man. Cheech and Chong needs to make one more movie that is about California legalization of it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, that would work for me. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I gotta pay for my food, y'all. Magic mushrooms. Yeah, that would be fine too, right? Alright, let me get my wallet out, guys. Get ready to pay for this. Okay, alright guys, I think this is going to do it. It's going to wrap it up. Thank y'all for joining me on this feed, man. It was a lot of fun. Uh-oh, here comes my drink. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Alrighty.
You want ketchup or anything?
No, thank you. That's alright. Appreciate it. So we went ahead and paid for the food. And y'all have a great day. Be safe, whatever you do. Be kind to each other. Try to be in the Christmas spirit if you can. Love you guys. See you later. Take care. Until then, this is Joe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.